The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining. Today we're going to be going through how to accelerate your managed service platform by utilizing SOS's online backup partner program. Just doing a quick sound check, make sure everyone can hear me all right. All right, great. So let's get into it. So my name is Derek Wood, Partner Program Manager here at SOS. Those of you who are going to be coming onto the partner program with me will be dealing with my team mostly for the first week or so while your project is being completed. I also run our trainings for our program members afterwards, so level 1 tech support, sales and marketing training, and of course basic administrative training. Today we're going to be going over a brief overview of where SOS has come from, an overview of the market of backup, disaster recovery, and managed services, what traditional solutions look like, and how SOS comes to fulfill a true backup solution rather than a simple backup strategy. We'll also cover our partner model and how you can come to work with us, and then we'll open up to questions and answers. So first off, about SOS, we were founded in 2001 in Melbourne, Australia, and then our primary focus was going after custom backup solutions for single proprietors. At that time, the backup industry was not that strong, and we were one of the first into the market. Today, we see a rapidly booming market. Over the last year, a big difference in what it looked like from 2009 to 2010 to 2011 was about a total of $80 million in marketing gone out through some of the consumer providers in the market. So the expansion in the consumer market is still great, and it's become very much commoditized. In the managed service market, as far as providing a managed backup solution, there's still a great amount of growth. This is still a very new addition, and the strategy in using this type of service is still very new, and partners are becoming more and more comfortable with it. SOS has been recommended as the best-of-breed technology by PC Mag since 2006, which is substantial because it wasn't until 2005 that we really started going after that level of the market. So we've consistently been recommended as PC Mag's editor's choice in online backup, and we're very happy about that. The most recent award coming just this last January. We are a globally operated company still. We recently relocated our headquarters from Melbourne, Australia to Los Angeles. We still hold offices in Kiev, Ukraine, Chennai, India, Los Angeles, California, and Melbourne, Australia. So again, more about the history of the company. 2001 to 2005, we really focused on kind of a smaller market, single proprietors that we're doing custom solutions for. 2005 was when we started to really tackle the direct market and the middle market for both direct and partners. 2006 was our first PC Mag editor's choice, and it's when we started launching a light affiliate program. From 2006 to 2008, we had grown to about 200 partners, and we really started evaluating the partner program itself because we liked the larger OEM relationships we had with companies like Web Group, Bitdefender, Online Backup for Dummies, and we wanted to take that strategic partnership and scale it to work at a mid-market level. So in 2009, we launched our white-labeled wholesale program, which is what many of you are looking at getting into today. And the success of that program within its first 8 months was so great that we actually have relocated our headquarters here to Los Angeles. It more than doubled our channel within the first year, And we're very happy to see how this is continuing to expand, and that's what we're here today to do, is go through that program and how it can help you grow your business just as hundreds of partners before you. So SOS has kind of a unique background as far as the development and what position in the market we hold. You have to the left very much a consumer-driven market, very much in video and or radio ads, commercial ads, lots of advertising to your consumer market, and then a slight move into small home offices, and I'm sure within the next year or so they'll be making a move into more small to medium businesses. Our relationship has been that we first went after larger businesses, and we scaled down to work with the mid-market level at this point. So we're coming from a different side of things, and it is really evident in the security that we have in our program. So the dual offsite backup, the intense levels of security through 3 layers of encryption. These are things that certainly give us an edge in the market when it comes to a true, secure, business-grade backup. And then, of course, on the far right, you have companies like Iron Mountain, who have dealt for years in data and document management services and have slowly, by necessity, moved into online backup. But the success at that level and the opportunity at that level is still not as great as what we've been seeing. So how we work with our partners. So we do a full white-labeled partner program, which means we're going to reskin the PC client software for you, including a number of PC client tools that we have, as well as some web tools. The project is typically about 5 days, because it's not as simple, send us your logo and then it gets put into some banner, which is what generically you see across the market when you're talking about rebrands. We do have a dedicated art team that's going to take your logo, look at your website, look at any other images that you like to send us and reference while we go through this. And we're going to make it look and feel like it's a part of your business. So this really empowers the partner to create a differentiated offer. We have offers for co-branded or full brand. So co-brand would just mean Rogers Online Backup powered by SOS, something like that. We use Acme as our faux partner, for examples. So you can be standalone Acme Online Backup or co-branded with Acme Online Backup powered by SOS. Really the difference would be if you can just put partners to go directly to our support staff because you're outing the relationship from the beginning. For the most part, when it comes to managed service providing, you really want to keep that relationship and support between you and your employees, what you control. So the majority of our partners do full branded relationships. You handle level 1 tech support, and then you would escalate and work with our team as an intermediary between your customer. The value here is, one, you're providing a good service by not having your customers have to go directly to a support agent. You're really increasing the amount and breadth of services that you're providing. In managed services, you're really looking at creating standard packages of services. Standards mean they have to really apply across the board. And online backup is a service, especially with the features that we have and our flexibility and scalability, that it is the lowest common denominator. You'll be able to find a place for this across any industry and any business. So we have here some examples of some brands that we've done. These are some of the more bland, generic-looking brands, but you can see that the layout basically remains the same, and we're going to reskin that. If you have designers that are interested in getting in here and really creating something unique, or you just want them to be involved, you can install the SOS Online Backup software, simply download it from our website, go to the program file directory, open up the images folder, and you'll see all the images that we're going to be rebranding. You can just open them up in Photoshop, save them back down, our team really is first class, and it's recommended that you send us a logo, anything you want us to reference, and then we'll come out with a first design, and then we'll go on revisions from there. So now we're going to jump into what traditional backup strategies and solutions have looked like and how SOS and online backup changes those. Any questions on the program before we get into this? Okay, great. So what are traditional solutions? So you have to look at different parts of the market. You have the consumers, small, medium business, and enterprise. Consumers overwhelmingly don't have regular backups. A study by HP and SCORE came out with some figures that showed that 75% of users do not have regular backups. Now that figure is probably a little deflated because of the term regular and what that means historically. 10 years ago, a regular backup meant you were running a full backup every weekend, incrementals throughout the week. And some of you may still even be doing that with some older tape systems today. A regular backup today generally means more of a nightly backup, being able to do it every night. With our service, especially at a user level, a backup doesn't have to be nightly because of the limitations of software and running while you're running other processes. Our system allows you to run backup very quickly, and you can run it every hour if you like. So frequency and backup is a large part of your backup strategy. Frequency and backup helps protect against user error, which accounts for 33% of all the damages that were recorded by that same study. And user error is also the most common type of data loss that you deal with. Hardware failure, it's one of the more damaging, but it's also one of the most avoidable with good hardware management and monitoring services, good hardware refresh plans, or tech refresh, whatever you like to call it. So frequency is very important. So again, consumers have very much become a commoditized market. In the small, medium business, that's where we still see a lot of growth for what our partners typically look like, who are IT service providers for businesses between 5 and 200 users. And small and medium business, what you often see is maybe one single strategy, usually something on site, not always managed by an IT professional. Sometimes it's handed off to be managed by the office manager. There's rarely an off-site solution. If there is, it's some type of manual off-site, which has a whole list of problems in itself as far as scalability, management, increased human error, increased hardware failure based on how the hardware is being handled. So it really is something that's typically limited. And when you're going into small, medium business, it's also important to understand the perception of what online backup does. Historically, a new backup strategy meant that it was replacing the previous strategy. And that's because they were all the same. They were all local backups of some sort, whether it was some type of system state or file and folder. But typically, it was something that would replace it. With online backup, the market's changed because people aren't familiar with bringing in a new backup strategy and not getting rid of the old one. Local backup is still a very important part of your backup solution. Most people don't understand the difference between a solution and a strategy. You have your local backup and you have your online backup. Together you have a true solution. If you just have one or the other, you're quite exposed to the dangers of data loss. A lot of managed backup solution also includes what are you going to do for that backup solution. Do you have planned verifications of your backups? 60% of recovery attempts through tape systems often fail. And that's because primarily, you have hardware failure, software error, user error, but then also no verification that the backups had actually been successful. And then, of course, you have the enterprise solutions, which are usually a little more in-depth. You usually have